Say it's alright, it's alright, it's alright to have a good time, yeah, it's alright, oh, it's alright, yeah, everybody clap your hands, give yourself a chance, you got soul, and everybody knows, yeah, it's alright, oh, it's alright, yeah, when you wake up early in the morning, got to come to you, yeah, 'cause it's alright, it's alright. Say it's alright, come on y'all. It's alright, it's alright to have a good time, yeah, it's alright, oh, it's alright.
Applause. Good morning, everyone. Your eyes are not deceiving you. I am not Reverend Dr. Mike McMorrow. He's off being a good husband today, so here I am. Welcome. This is Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills. My name is Reverend Nicole Robbins. I'm so happy to see you all. Shout out to all of you online. Hello. Welcome to our center. If this is your first time, welcome. This is such a place of loving. So I'm happy you are joining us today, and happy Mother's Day to everyone, all your moms out here. Today we have the privilege of having Vinu Alag as our presider, so practitioner, let's give her a big round of applause. We always start our services with our tradition, lighting the flames of faith. It's a call to service. We perform the ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all faiths, all sentient beings, come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. As Vinu lights the first candle, it's for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practice of all indigenous peoples and the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light the 10th candle for those who are yet unaware of spirit in their lives and the space we are holding them for here at our center, in our hearts, and in our community. As Vinu lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
There is one flame that burns in our hearts. There is one light that shines through our love. We light this flame with faith. We find this light within our own soul. There is one flame, one light within.
As we stay here together another moment longer, just knowing there is but one divine consciousness flowing to, through, and as each one of us here today. One mind, one love, one spirit. Knowing that each of us is one with that all that is. One with that gorgeous, glittery God stuff. One with the feminine energy that is exuding itself today on this Mother's Day. I know that today's service unfolds perfectly with ease and grace, and that everyone here receives what they need to receive and shares what they need to share. Knowing that we are all uplifted by this service today, by the words that are spoken, by the music that we hear, by the community that we share. I'm in such deep gratitude for this space, for this community, for this Center for Spiritual Loving in Granada Hills. And it is with this full and grateful heart, I release my word to the law, knowing it is done, knowing it is so. And together we affirm this by saying, and so it is. Welcome, everyone, and happy Mother's Day. What a beautiful, beautiful turnout. I thought everyone would be out to brunch, but we have a lot of people here in the sanctuary with us today, and I know there are people online, so welcome. And welcome to everyone who joins us later on. I know I often catch the service later, so. So today is Mother's Day, but I'm going to talk about a little bit, I'm going to take that and just shift a little bit into the grander scheme of the divine feminine. Yesterday I was with a women's circle that I meet with once a month, and we gathered, and the energy that comes up every single month, I couldn't put it into words for you. It's this goddess energy, this wisdom, this joy, this connection. You know, without going into too much detail, every month we explore different topics, and we go deeper within. And every time I think I've already covered this area, I realize I've just scratched the surface, and I still have so much more exploring to do. And yesterday at the end, you know, we each shared a word that we were feeling before we closed out the circle, and gratitude was just exploding in me. And I was thinking, gosh, I wish I could just jar this up and carry it with me everywhere I went. And then as I was driving home with my friend, we were carpooling and we were talking more and more about this energy. And then when I went home, I was thinking, you know, this isn't just about being with women friends. This isn't just about being with the female. This is about the feminine divine within each one of us. This is not a gender-based energy. This energy is within every single human being. That divine feminine is what we tap into when we're listening to our intuition. The divine feminine is what we tap into when we're getting into that creative space, that space of receptivity, that space of connecting to nature. What is nature? Nature is the birthplace of infinite. I mean, the beauty when we go out to a park, we could spend hours dissecting every single thing that was created. That is a feminine energy, and that is the divine within each one of us that we can tap into whenever we want. Ernest Holmes says, "Life is androgynous. It contains within itself both the masculine and feminine factors. The male and female of creation come from one principle. All come from the one, and all will return to the one. All are now in the one and will forever remain in the one." So I don't want to leave anyone with this idea that I am talking about anything that separates us. In fact, it gets us closer to wholeness, closer to a more balanced state of being. When we can bring our masculine energy and our feminine energy together, we are more powerful creators. We can live life more intentionally. We can also be softer in the world. And if we look around what's going on in our world, I think we could use a little more softness. This mother energy is really powerful, really powerful. I just think sometimes we forget. We forget to tap into it. So I invite you as you go into your week to just take a few moments every day and just connect with that divine feminine within you. Thank you.
In the general scheme of things, the future's not easy to know. There are too many choices, so many voices trying to tell you which way to go. Life is hard. Sometimes it's hard. You can sink into a funk about it. Drink until you're drunk about it. Waste your life with asking why, or just doing nothing till you die. Or, here's something you might think about. God gave you the car, it's up to you to drive. You're a little worse for wear, you're still alive. Take the wheel, hit the gas, let your taillights watch the past. Where you wanna be just ain't that far. God gave you the car, so drive. God gave you the song, it's up to you to sing it. You may only get one chance, you better give it everything. Lift your voice one last time, one more tune, one last rhyme. You might catch some lightning in a jar. God gave you the car, so drive. Man has got to find himself, and if he will, sometimes he thinks it's simply what he knows. Smart fellas say that kind of man has got free will, but I say he's just finally letting go. God gave you the car, it's up to you to drive. You're a little worse for wear, but at least you're still alive. Take the wheel, hit the gas, let your taillights watch the past. Where you wanna be just ain't that far. God gave you the car, so drive. God gave you a life, all you gotta do is live. And how you live it tells you who you are. God gave you the car, so drive.
Thank you, Teresa. What a great reminder for us to drive our car. Thank you, thank you. Just a few announcements today. Practitioners are available in the treatment room for a 2-minute tune-up. If you're a licensed practitioner, please raise your hand. Everyone look around the room. These are people you can go to with anything you'd like to discuss afterwards. The Law of Attraction group meets today at 1 p.m. on Zoom. Email Emily for details at joyvibrations@gmail.com. Wednesday, May 15th, 9:30, new Sangha with Reverend Nicole. Contact her for more details. The picnic, you must have seen it in our announcements. The date has been changed, so please take note. It will be June 8th, 12:30 p.m. in Northridge Recreation Center. The address is 18300 Lamarche, St. street in Northridge. Like saint. But you don't have to remember the address. Like, just make sure you're signed up for our newsletter. All the information will be in there. And it is a catered event, so RSVP is required. Summer Music Camp, July 8th to 12th, and Summer Theater Camp, July 15th through 19th. Potluck, June 30th. And last but not least, our very own Teresa James is performing with her full band Friday, May 24th at 8 p.m. at the Write-Off Room in Studio City. Let's all go and support her. Yeah. Now, if you would please stand for the Declaration of Principles. We believe in one universal spirit, manifesting through all, natural and incarnated in us. We believe that the universal spirit is personal to and reveals itself through everyone who recognizes its presence. We believe that our faith operates upon a law of mind, which automatically manifests in our experience according to that faith. We believe in the unity of all life and in the immortality of the individual soul forever expanding. We believe in eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the givingness of life to all.
Y'all sing with me, okay? Here we go. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. We are a light, we are a light, we are a light in this world. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright. And we shine, and we shine, and we shine so bright.
Good morning, everyone. I must say I'm a little nervous today. It's Mother's Day. My mom's here. Yay! At least I can get her to come to church once a year. So, so we are following our center's theme, and today we are talking about the value-led life. And our monthly theme is good to great to grand. And I just realized something. I have a happy Mother's Day. And mothers, as Avina was talking about, comes in all different forms. I have no physical human children, but I do have these children. So sometimes mothers are pet mothers or aunties or just that village mom who helps take care of the kid or the teachers. So we all have our own way. Even uncles and fathers are mothers too, because I do know some families where the father is more nurturing than the mother. So they take more of the feminine energy. So as I was saying, our theme today is good to great to grand, and we're talking about the value-led life. And I saw this topic, I was like, oh, how can I make this inspirational and uplifting and encourage people to really go out and like see their best selves? And so we're exploring our core values and how to live them more fully. Nothing informs our activity of the world around us by our values. It is a space where our inner world is reflected in our outer presence. So where are your values leading you? What kind of reality are you creating with yourself? And going from good to great to grand, sometimes we need to pause, reflect, reassess what is really important to me. What is going on in my life right now? And what are my core values and how do they form my beliefs? For some, it might be freedom, health, peace. Others, it might be achievement and doing great things and wanting to be seen in the world and showing our successes. And some, it might just be planting a beautiful garden, building a pergola, or just being that stay-at-home mom. Some women want to be these big career women. Some women want to be stay-at-home moms. Some dads are stay-at-home dads. So it looks at all different ways. So by exploring our landscape, we could take stock of where we are in our process, and perhaps there's different values we want to aspire to. And looking at these values, we can live in new and powerful ways. We begin to have more clarity of who we are and the space and the reality I want to create. And by doing this, by creating what I want, I can show people how I want to be treated. I can show, like, I have these values of kindness and loving, and someone who it might be really judgmental around me, I realize, God, that's not the energy I want in my life. And this way we can live more authentically in what we do. And, oh, I forgot about this. This is my boyfriend when I was 20. He's a photographer, and, well, actually he's a doctor, and photography is his side passion, nature photography. And I meant to have this up when I was doing my little intro, but this is in Seattle, and that's his house in Issaquah. And that was the Aurora Borealis 2 nights ago. Yeah, so these are actual, the sun, from the sun storms. So, sorry, I meant to have that up. I know. I have another one at the end. I was actually going to go online because I like to talk about what's happening in our world. And I was going to go online to see some people who posted on the internet. And all of a sudden I remember, I bet he has something on his Instagram. And so I went and I got permission from him to show it. But anyway, okay, I'm sorry, Nancy. There'll be more, I promise. So Richard Rohr says in his book, Falling Upwards, there must be, if we're honest, there will always be at least one situation in our lives that we cannot fix, control, explain, change, or even understand. And that's our opportunity to really go, ooh, what are my values here? And I know many of you have listened to me. Oh, well, actually, there's some new people here. Hello, new people. I've been talking about how where I've worked for the last 26 years, just it up and closed. It's been 6 weeks now. Isn't that crazy? And I realized that I had a different set of values. When I was writing this, I was really reflecting on what's gone on in my life and how have my values changed. And I realized when I was working there, I was really about work, and being successful and just really on the go. And the last 6 weeks, I realized, gosh, I really don't want to do that much anymore. I don't want to work that hard anymore. I want to work smarter, not harder. And so I've really been doing some self-exploration and uncovering my limiting beliefs about this, and realizing that as I'm uncovering this, I'm kind of releasing myself from these blocks that I've imposed. And so I was very productive and stable and secure and had good work ethic, was super important to me. But I'm realizing that I'm depleted. My energy's been really depleted. I'm not sleeping. I wasn't sleeping well. And in being so active, one of my values is good health and strength. But by working so hard, I wasn't honoring that. I wasn't really being authentic with myself. And so, yes, that closed, as Richard said, beyond my control. I had no control to keep that tennis center open. As much as I begged and pleaded and prayed, there's now huge fences around it, and it just really makes me sad. But in releasing that, I realized, like, wow, my values had changed. And now I want to be more nurturing to myself and more loving to myself and not always so busy. And so I'm replacing, in this discovery, I'm replacing these beliefs and thoughts that really didn't serve me anymore. Now they're not serving me. Before I thought they were great. And so I'm living in this space, and really, I was supposed to be at the circle yesterday with Vinu, but I chose to take a nap. But that was something in the past, I would have been like, one of my values is I must keep my commitments. But I made a self-honoring choice, and I decided to take a nap yesterday instead of going. And as much as I miss them, I realized that I today am much better off, because I would have come home and frantically tried to finish this and come today completely frazzled. So Richard Rohr says in that book, Falling Up, in the second half of life, people have less power to infatuate you, but they also have much less power to control or hurt you. It's the freedom of the second half to not need. And I didn't think I was any less, that I was going to be disliked because I missed the circle. And I realized that in the past I would have been like, oh, they're going to be so mad at me, I'm not keeping my commitments. But instead, I kept my commitment to myself. And releasing the weight of my past limiting belief and judgments, it frees me to rise up in faith, which is a mental assertion elevated to the plane of realization. And that's what Ernest says in our Bible, The Science of Mind, on page 283. So I really realized that I can go deeper into my faith by taking time for myself. And as a recovering workaholic, that's been a huge eye-opener for me, to just really stand in my freedom of not being a doer. So, wait, I don't want to do that one yet. So, well, where is it? So what are some of your core values? Here's a little list. Is there anything that calls to you? Anyone? What's the core value? Someone?
Spirituality.
What is it?
Spirituality.
Spirituality. Anyone else have one?
Love.
Love, I like that one.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Mm-hmm. Creativity, yeah. Loyalty, yeah.
Self-respect.
Self-respect, yeah, I like that one too.
Community.
Community, yeah, here we are. So what I have for us is I printed up a list, and I printed some, so if anyone wants it, and for you to just go home and find 15 that you really calls to you, and then narrow it down to 5. And just see, how am I utilizing these in my life? If one of my core values is health, how am I doing that? That pint of ice cream I ate the other day was not supporting that health. Thinking about going to the gym the other day was not supporting that. Why didn't I go to the gym? Because I was so tired from working. Well, there's something out of alignment there. Being of service. Oh, I really want to be of service. How can that fit in my life? I know a lot of service organizations that would love people like us to come to their center and help. So we take our values, and there's different ways we can really activate them in our lives. And I am using the notes we get little cliff notes the home office sends, and whoever wrote them, usually I take a quote, 1 or 2 quotes from them, but the person who wrote this, I didn't see the name of it because I got it from Reverend Mike, but she did such a wonderful, or he or she, did such a wonderful job that I'm using a lot of her notes today. So how can we activate values in our life? Well, attention. As I said, where are we paying attention in our life? Where we place our attention plays a vital role in the process of discovering and living from our values. Where we direct our energy and attention determines what we perceive, experience, and ultimately prioritize in our life. I really want to prioritize health. That's why I keep bringing up. That's my intention. By consciously focusing our attention on the aspect that aligns with our values, we become more attuned to things that truly matter to us. It allows us to filter out the distractions, the noises that we often encounter in life, enabling us to make choices and take actions that are in line with our authentic selves. So it's really my intention to focus my attention on certain values. I'm really happy that this talk came up this week because it's really making me ponder and reflect on these. And do I have this? Oh, wrong way. I have them out of order. Look, I'm like Reverend Mike. He does this every now and then. If you think of life as flowing through your every action, you will soon discover that the things you give your attention to are quickened with new energy. So there's this power in the universe, whether it's divine feminine, divine masculine, or neutral. There's this power that we can use in our life to really activate our values. And the other thing to help is passion. Passion. Understanding the things that stir passion within us. For all of you who missed Reverend Nancy's 9 o'clock sermon this morning, she was full of passion, full of energy. And just watching her speak just really enlightens, lifts me and fills my heart with love because she is so passionate when she gets up here and talks. So it was wonderful. Our passions are the powerful currents that flow through our being, guiding us towards experiences that bring us joy and meaning. So as most of you know, I never set out to become a minister. I just took classes, and I loved the classes. There was cool stuff to learn, and I kept learning about this power and faith and how releasing my judgments about things and how things just got in line, next thing lined up. And then I took this class. I got my master's at USM in spiritual psychology, and then I found this place, and then this door opened, and I took this class, and next thing I knew, I was in ministerial school. It wasn't my intention to go to ministerial school, but my passion for our teaching and just this, just everything that we've learned in our teachings, it just drives me. So next thing I know, here I am. Who knew? So our beliefs serve as foundation upon which our values are built, shaping the way we perceive ourselves, others, and the world around us. Our systems of belief influence our thoughts, actions, and decisions. Our beliefs are those deeply ingrained ideas and principles that influence our understanding of what is important, meaningful, and true. Well, here's an interesting thing. When I was younger, I had the belief that my mom had never seen snow. So the first time I went to see snow, so I took a snowball and I put it in my pocket. And I went back to see her, and it was melting, and next thing I knew, I had water. But my belief was that she had never seen snow, and I had to show it to her. And so, but now as I've gotten older, I've realized some of my childhood beliefs, I mean, they believed the world was flat at one point, you know, and then the sun went around the earth. So beliefs change, and that's what's really important, is that as our beliefs change and we learn new things, our values can change. I've been reading a book by Robert Waterman, who states, beliefs create the illusion that life is fixed or static, when life is actually a continuous, ever-changing flow of experience. So it's really important that as we change our beliefs and have these new experiences, that we continue to flow. These beliefs I created were great survival strategies as a child, but now as I'm growing, I can see they are no longer leading me to this good, great, grand life, and they're holding me back. So by creating blocks in my life, it's time for me to say thank you for them. They served me, and I need to release them. And a lot of times I do a lot of self-forgiveness, like the judgments and the beliefs I thought about myself, about I'll never find a man, or what kind of man would want someone like me, and that protected me from being hurt, but now it's not serving me. So doing a lot of self-forgiveness, that's a great way for us to release any limiting beliefs and say thank you and send it to the nothingness from whence it came. The person who did the Cliff Notes for the talk, they said, living from the space, our values begin working in alignment with what we know to be true about ourselves. This elevated mental state enables us to transform our values into tangible realities, empowering us to live in alignment with our deepest convictions and principles. Embracing these understandings allow us to shed the weight of the past and be co-creators of the life that resonates with our authentic selves. How does that sound? Being a co-creator and living in our authentic selves. Is there values that you feel or beliefs that you feel that need to be released? Learning to live from our values is a transformative journey of self-discovery and alignment. It begins by understanding the areas on which we focus our attention and energy. By consciously directing our energies towards pursuits that resonate with our values, we create a life that is in alignment with who we are. Exploring and embracing our passions allow us to tap into the wellspring of inspiration and joy within us. When we align our actions with our passions, we infuse our life with purpose and fulfillment. Understanding and clarifying our beliefs help us navigate the world with integrity and authenticity. By identifying our core values and aligning our thoughts, words, and deeds with them, we establish a strong foundation for living in harmony with our true self. By aligning these elements, attention, passion, and belief, we embark on a transformative path towards a value-led life, where our actions and choices reflect our deepest truth, enabling us to authentically and experience a profound awareness and growth. This alignment creates an inevitable movement from God, from good to great to grand, as we recognize and activate our values in both individual and collective experience. It's, as I was saying sooner, as we work on ourselves, all of a sudden the universe just kind of matches us, and some people drift away and new people come in, and more drift away and more new people come in. As the alchemist of your own life, find a bit of the frequency you want to experience and place your attention there. As it becomes your perception, live from there. That's Michael Beckwith. So we have the ability, alchemists. I like this photo I found because it's fire, and I think of fire and passion uniting and changing. So Nancy, this is for you. There you go. So this is more of his photography. And his value, he loved backpacking. I hated backpacking. He's probably one of the most brilliant men I ever dated. And our values just didn't quite line up. Actually, I went on a date the other day, and he showed up, and he was wearing really nice shoes, slacks, and a blazer. And I was wearing Levi's, a blouse, and sandals. And then he went on later. He was really nice. We went and had sushi. I was quite impressed with sushi. I'm like, wow, that's really impressive. And he went on to tell me how he spent $20,000 on a new wardrobe. And I'm like, I don't think I spent $20,000 on my wardrobe ever. So it was a nice one date, and I realized our values were not in alignment. One thing about Ben, though, is that we do both love nature. He just likes hiking in it and backpacking and being out all night in it. I don't mind our little picnic at the park. But the backpacking and squatting behind a tree does not excite me. But he did say something when I asked for permission from him to use his photos. He did say, I love the sense of awe that natural events like auroras, eclipse, or a spectacular sunset provides us. It's one of the few things that can really unite us regardless of our belief or backgrounds. That's what I value. So that's what he said. And then I'm going to finish the talk today with how Reverend Nancy started her talk this morning. And that is Reverend Nancy, in her full passion, said, I was reading the 365 Ernest Holmes today, and Ernest said this today. As I attune myself to the perfection of God, it flows through me. It dissipates all the obstructions of my everyday life, transforming all confusion into love and beauty. So as we listen to ourselves and we see the perfection of God. Anything that is obstructing us, our everyday life, is going to transform all that upset, confusion, limiting beliefs, judgments into love and beauty. And so it is.
Well, here's a song about passion for y'all. It made prophets preach the will of God. Da Vinci's hand paint works of art. It's in every one of Shakespeare's plays. It's why Elvis Presley's still the king. Why Martin Luther had a dream, and it drove Mother Teresa in her work. When you put your heart in what you do, amazing things will come to you. The greatest gifts you ever knew. That's what heart can do. It put out heart in Victory Lane, shaped the thoughts of Einstein's brain, took that small step with Armstrong on the moon. It got on the bus with Rosa Parks, was there when Noah built his ark. It's guarding the unknown soldier's tomb. When you put your heart in what you do, amazing things can come to you. The greatest gifts you ever knew. That's what heart can do. Time and time again, some say can't, but others say can. They make a change, they take a chance, yeah, they beat the odds. They dance the dance. And when you put your heart in what you do, amazing things will come to you. The greatest gifts you ever knew. That's what heart can do. The greatest gifts. That's what heart can do.
That is what heart can do. That's a good value, right? Huge heart. So for those of you who've come prepared to do an offering, we'll have the basket up in front. But we now have Zelle. So for those of us who are the Zelle generation, and there's also on our website, you can go to our website and click through. So, with the chair. Bring it with the stool. Oh, we could just leave it right there. That's perfect. Just leave it right there. That's good. We'll just leave it right there. All right, so hit it, Teresa.
Y'all sing with me now.
Woo.
Spirit receives through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit gives through us. Spirit receives through us. Spirit lives and breathes through us. Oh, Spirit lives and breathes through us.
This basket represents the generosity of our congregation, knowing that it ignites the law of circulation, and then by giving, we also receive, knowing that these funds go to our center, but not only to our center, to ourselves, but to our communities, helping build and just affirm that life is generous, life is good. And so I just know with a grateful heart that for the center, we accept your offerings and we bless them, and so it is. Thank you. Wow. Looks like we got done a little bit early so we can all go to our Mother's Day brunch ahead of time, ahead of schedule. I want to thank everyone for coming today. Thanks Teresa James and Mike and Ian on our tech and all of you. And I will invite Vinu to come and pray us out.
All right, let's just stay together here for a few more moments longer, recognizing the oneness, the all that is, the one mind, and our unity with this gorgeous divinity. How beautiful it is to know that we are one with this sacred energy, this sacred divine feminine. Just knowing that today unfolded perfectly, that each of us leaves here uplifted, hearts full, minds open, that we carry this feeling with us throughout the week, that it affects not only us who are here today, but every person we meet receives that love, that joy, that energy that emanates from each and every one of us. For this energy is not limited by the body. It is everywhere, always. It's with deep gratitude that my heart is full. Gratitude for each person here today, for our music, for our AV team, for Reverend Nicole, for the words of wisdom that we each will carry with us. The words that have penetrated our hearts, our minds, just knowing that this gratitude extends beyond these four walls. And it is with this full and grateful heart I release my word to the law, knowing it is all love, knowing it is all done. And together we affirm this by saying, and so it is. Thank you.
If you guys want to join in a circle, we'll sing the peace song. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joy.